have one question, and I always hear this question, but I want to know your opinion on herbal medicine.
Now, if you have a mixture that cures constipation, meaning you cannot poop, right?
Yeah.
It cures diarrhea, meaning you are pooping too much, the same thing.
Yeah.
It reduces your blood sugar, and it can also help you have blood sugar, the same thing.
Yeah.
And it takes away headache. It makes you lose weight. And if you also want to add weight, you take it. Then you know there's a problem with that thing.
That thing, true.
You understand?
Yeah.
Now, because the hype is too much on herbal medications, that you take it out of proportion.
So, sir, what's the biggest mistake about antibiotics? Because as there are some people, immediately they have sex, they just want to take the jam and pickles. Immediately, they just feel like, oh, they don't need to check the girls' tattoos, they just take the jam and pickles, any infection that's there, it will clear any small thing. No, don't look at me like that. Any small thing, with jam and pickles. So, what's like the biggest mistake people make with antibiotics?
You don't just give antibiotics. You must give antibiotics only when you are sure that there is an infection.
Okay.
Side effects of betrayal and pickles,
Yes.
or whatever. Diarrhea, pseudomembranous colitis, it can damage the liver, kidney, and then, but because it's over the counter, especially in countries where these drugs are not regulated, you just go, give me red and yellow, give me that one, mix it, and all of that. So the issue with antibiotics is one of it is what, just like I mentioned, the second one will be what, resistance. If you're taking antibiotics, usually we'll tell you take it for at least 3 days or 5 days. But just like you say, for that guy who go to have sex, you just take two capsules, boom, and then you go. Now, the day the real infection will come, and you still take the Bichem, that's the brand, or the drug, the antibiotics, the infection will just look at you like, we know this, we know you, you again, we know you. Do you understand?
So, for everybody watching here, if you had one medical or health advice for them to follow, what would it be?
I'll talk about lifestyle modification.
Yeah.
And that will be know what you eat.
Okay.
Avoid junk. Eat right. Don't overeat. 3 square meal is a poison. Morning, afternoon, evening is poison.
Welcome back, guys, to another episode of our podcast, IUOWHATSNEXT. I'm being a wonderful host, Prince, and I'm here with
David Sinovi. Today, we're not just talking to a doctor, we're talking to a father, a husband, and a man who has spent years saving lives. But the question is, what is the biggest lesson that life has taught him? We are here with the greatest, Dr. Daniel. Please introduce yourself. Give us a brief intro about yourself, sir.
Okay, I am Dr. Adebulu Daniel Olushola Ogirima. And whenever I say this, people like, please choose one.
Yeah.
Choose one. So I choose Dr. Daniel.
Yeah.
Dr. Dan for short. Medical doctor, senior registrar in obstetrics and gynecology, Federal Medical Center, Asaba.
Wow. Welcome to our podcast.
Thank you.
When I was my one gynecologist, man, I thought it was good, but
What's gynecology?
eh? I know that's what I thought it was. No, that was the problem. I thought I was going to get to Linux, but apparently no,
That's
it
it.
doesn't work like that.
Never see anything like that. So, we're going to talk about the man behind the coat. And before this doctor, I believe that there was a boy who was 24 years old. And I would love to know, what was that boy like?
Well, as a child, I'm the last child in my family. And I think I grew up like a small boy. I grew up like every other child. Going to school when she go to school and all of that. From childhood, I loved books. I was told that I was always reading and not eating. I must finish my classwork, everything before I eat my food.
Wow.
I wish I still do that now, So growing up, primary school was great. I schooled somewhere in Kogi State. Primary school, secondary school. And then I had that ambition, to always to want to be a doctor.
Yes.
I know you'll ask me what pushed me. I'll tell you when you ask me. So I always want to be a doctor. 2 things, doctor, pastor, So I'm still working on the simple.
You know what? I first look you. Say you. Okay. Continue.
So over the years, I've grown that way. I got into school when I was 22. I studied university.
Oh,
And it was, I don't know. Maybe I was an old man when I got in. I don't know. But
Because like,
no, at the time, our time,
yeah.
maybe that was the average age
Okay.
in school.
Okay.
Understand? So, through school, that was how I was. I just grew up like I don't think I was an extraordinary child. I was just me.
wait, when did you get into university? Come here, I entered at 15.
15.
Yeah, that's it.
17, me 22.
Yeah.
Jam has to do something.
I believe Jam has already done something.
What did you?
I think they said
The age
16 now.
16
16 now.
Damn, so if not now, for no because
If no now.
I finished at 18. I had a 1 year IJMB program
Okay.
at 19. I taught in a secondary school at 20, 21, and at 22, I got into university.
Wow.
That's really nice.
So while you were in school, because normally people take a look at doctors and like they give them this God complex. So I want to let's know, when you were in school, did you fail any exam? Do you get, because people look at doctors like, oh, they are so smart. They probably got A's all through from 100 level to when they got in final year. Did you get A? Did you get B? Did you get C? Did you fail? Mostly, did you fail? Let's know.
Okay. In secondary school,
Yeah.
like WIAC now, or what do you call it? WIAC. I was WIAC.
Yeah.
But I was the second best in school. So with that energy, you feel like if you just enter university, you be flying. Yeah. Because when I wrote JAM, my first JAM, 1990, that's it, stop. 1999, bam, I passed, but I did not really pass. Second one, I didn't get it. So my IGMB, which is Interim Joint Matriculation Board, was an exam then, intensive 8-month studies. And after that, if the school takes you, you're going to 200 level.
Oh.
So I got into Ahmed Bello University's area, 200 level straight.
Okay.
Now, because of this question of fail, I'll tell you what happened. My first day in school, I got into, there's a place called Red Seat. I got into the place, and then when I looked to the right, the lecturer was standing, and it was a hall, maybe about 300 seats, red.
Yeah.
And I looked left, I saw the place filled up. The lecturer asked, "Are you for us?" And I looked at left, right, I'm like, no, sir.
No.
So I stepped up. So after his lecture, I'm like, where is the medical students? So that was the class. I mean, I was afraid. New faces. Now these are people that have stayed together 100 level. And then I'm just entering 200 level. My shoulder went down. My balloons burst. Everything went off. Now it was a hard time for me.
Okay.
But then a guy made a statement. He's a friend now. He's, I think, the MD in Benue State, or HMB. He made a statement. He said, can I speak Pidgin English? He said, with the fear now. Like, we're afraid of you guys that come in 200 level. You guys are very hot. Yeah. In my brain, I was in 0, but that thing took me to 100%.
Just give it that boost.
So I did so that was 200 level. In 200 level, we had 5 courses. I failed 2. I'm sorry. I know I failed it.
It's normal,
and that was what the maximum fail.
Okay.
So you have the chance to resit it. So by God's grace, I reseated it. I passed.
Okay.
300 level, boom. To 400 level, nothing. 500, I was just swimming and going like that. And not knowing that at the final year, something was also waiting. And it was a painful experience because at 600 level, we wrote our courses, and there's this community medicine, we call it COMED at that time. I failed that. So that means you can't graduate. You graduate with your mates for 3 or 4 months or 6 months.
Yes.
It was a painful experience because you watch them do their oath taking and graduation. And then you'll be like, okay, you're waiting for them. So we failed. I failed. Several of us failed. But then in 4 or 5 months, we wrote the same exam and we passed, and then we were able to do our house job internship together at the same time. So, well, several people, like in that 200 level, so many people, I think we're like 400 or 300 in a class. Half of that moved to the next class. Several others either failed, repeated, or were withdrawn.
Yeah. So I have a question. Me, originally when I went to university, I went to study pharmacy, but then my 100 level, I knew that this was not for me, and I left. So did you ever feel like medicine is not for me at any point?
I always loved medicine. Just like I said, I had two ambitions, doctor, pastor. And I'm pursuing the two, leave the pastor part. It's there. You don't know me. So at the time, I knew this was for me. I just knew. Because all the way I was into it. If you had asked before going in, how did I feel? At the time, I just told myself, I'm not doing it again. I don't want to go for medicine. I'll study biochemistry. I believe God said, okay, son, this time, please just go. So, but while in school, the pressure was too much. But I didn't have an option. In my head, there was it's either medicine or nothing. At the time, it was too tough. I was going to give up completely. Not to go for another course, but I'm not doing it again. Do you understand? But then, somehow we continued. And we're here.
Well, so far, no career regrets whatsoever.
No, none whatsoever as regrets. But if you ask me what I'll do better, I would, just like I said at the beginning, I would enter university at 16. Make sure I go to a school that will do it in 6 years. And at 22, I'll be a doctor. You understand? Not the one you finish at 28 something. You'll be thinking, should I serve or should not serve? Because your age is dancing on the NYC page. So that's that. But then I love medicine. I said if I'll be given another opportunity to study another course, I'll study medicine again.
But meeting you has been refreshing because I always used to have this stereotype about doctor. Because when I go to be the doctor, I'm always serious and But now meeting you, I feel like you're serious, but at the same time, it's refreshing.
He's very chill guy. Yeah, he's very chill.
So are there other stereotypes or assumptions people have about doctors that are false?
When they feel doctors are proud. And that, could be true, false, depending on how you see it. Now, because a doctor, most doctors are not the perfect example of the Nigerian doctor. Most doctors are time pressed. Okay, what's your problem? When did you start? Yesterday. Take, bye-bye, go. So several doctors do that, and you think they are proud and all of that. Well, the setting around here is when you have one doctor taking care of 300 patients. He's pressed to do that. And you feel, okay, this guy is proud. But then I've come to learn that so as to cancel that myth. I take my time with my patient. I'm a gynecologist, so I deal with women. You can wait for me for 4 hours, getting angry that, this doctor is wasting time. But the moment you come in, you will leave laughing, smiling like you actually had the time. So that's the type of doctors being proud and all of that, or doctors are demigods. I think they're just human beings that are they're just ordinary, just like everyone.
But so far, there's one stereotype that doctors are not able to do. It's the handwriting payment.
The handwriting.
All of you understand. Another doctor will understand what this person wrote. But then me, I'm looking at it like, what this person writing here.
Once again, just like I told you. I hope I'm not bragging here. If I write for you, you would read nearly everything. You can't read everything, obviously. But you would read nearly everything. Recently, I was talking to a client. I don't call my patients, I call them clients. I said, when a doctor writes something for you and you do not understand it, ask him. It's your right to ask. Please, this thing that looks like QDFCG.
What is it?
What is it? If it doesn't explain to you, well, in Nigeria, in this our setting, you just walk away. But normally, you should know that what that thing is writing. You should know what it is.
But so, okay, let's move on to the next segment, about health tips and stuff like that. What is one health mistake you feel like Nigerians make every day?
We don't rest. There's something about desire to get, which is okay. God put it in us to want to get, there's that desire, and economics said there's this, a desire that you cannot satisfy. You just want something, you want to get something. Now there's a pressure in life generally. You want food, you want a good house, the government may not be supporting and all of that. So you want to double your hustle. I believe you understand.
Yeah.
You want to double your hustle. 2, you want multiple streams of income. And then what do you do with that? You are doing that at the expense of your health. So you don't rest. I told you how I had about 10 hours surgery some days ago.
Yeah.
Today I woke up, ate my food, and took permission and did what? Slept.
Yeah.
Just sleep. So we don't rest. Many of us don't rest. And then, there's a statement that says, try to give your body rest.
Yes.
Or the body will take rest by itself, and the time it will take it is the time you don't like.
Yeah.
So you may be busy, you want to do something, and the body will say, today, I want to rest. If you refuse, you wake up and see yourself in the hospital with oxygen. So rest.
I have one question, and I always hear this question. But I want to know your opinion on herbal medicine. because we see people, even when they take their own drugs like prescribed by their doctors, but they still have some herbal drugs at the side, whereby they still take. Most times they won't listen to the herbal doctor more than the medical doctor.
Okay. I don't have a very big issue against herbal medicine. But I'll tell you, not a story, I'll just lead you on and then you understand. Now, if you have a mixture that cures constipation, meaning you cannot poop, right?
Yeah.
It cures diarrhea, meaning you are pooping too much, the same thing.
Yeah.
It reduces your blood sugar, and it can also help you have blood sugar, the same thing.
Yeah.
And it takes away headache. It makes you lose weight. And if you also want to add weight, you take it. Then you know there's a problem with that thing.
That thing, true.
You understand?
Yeah.
Now, because the hype is too much on herbal medications, that you take it out of proportion. What is it about herbal? Herbal medicine is recognized in Nigeria.
Yeah.
But then it must be regulated. Quantity, dosage, and all of that.
Yeah.
Now you will see a lady who has not studied anything herbal will bring one chemical, pink, blue, yellow, brown, mixed with different things, and then she will diagnose. They are usually females.
Yeah, always.
I won't tell you the tribe they are from, but they are usually females. Carry it on their head, and then they give you anything.
Yes.
I want to tell you something. When you take herbal medicine for pain, the truth is that the pain will go.
Okay.
But you know what happened? We've come to study some of these things. They put some drugs inside. Real drugs like aspirin, paracetamol, and just load it inside. So when you take it once, the pain will just that herbal thing is working.
Yeah.
Give me 2 bottles.
Yeah.
Before you know it has caused ulcer. It has knocked off the kidney. They're knocking off the liver and all of that. So that's my issue with herbal medicine. But to surprise you, that my nickname is the herbalist. Come to my hospital and ask who is the herbalist. It's me.
Why?
Because I prescribe herbs. How do I prescribe herbs? Ginger,
Yeah.
clove, turmeric, banana, dogoyaro. These are things that God gave us naturally.
Yeah, true.
Now, if you go somewhere, they say, add a little ginger, 2 spoons. You don't need to add 2 spoons. Take these things normally, natural, like your daily thing.
Yeah.
It will help you. So they call me herbalist. Several times I've had to remove some people from some medications with some of these herbal things. Low dose, lifestyle changes and all of that. And then, so mix it small, take small, I go and why take your malaria drug? I don't have a problem with that. Prepare it.
Yeah.
It's by your house. Just cut it. Moringa. A little tip of it and you're good.
So, one on that note, let's not forget our sponsor, Gifted Peanuts, the best peanuts in Asaba, in Nigeria, and in the world. Please have some, sir.
I will.
This one, they cure headache.
I agree with you. As long as it makes your,
And then even they give manpower.
That's all. Yeah, it tastes good. It tastes good. Thank you.
So, sir, what's the biggest mistake about antibiotics? Because there's some people, immediately they have sex, they just go and take the charm and the clothes. immediately. They just feel like, oh, they don't need to check the girls' tattoos, just take Bichema clause, any infection that is there, it will clear any small thing. No, don't look at me like that. Any small thing, Bichema clause. So what's like the biggest mistake people make with antibiotics?
Okay. I'm a storyteller. Okay. I'll tell you about the late Pope. Before he died, it was said that he had pneumonia. After several diagnoses and different things, that's okay. The Pope will be placed on antibiotics because they have discovered that he has pneumonia.
Yeah.
Now, you won't understand until I explain to you. Emphasis on antibiotics. He was not on antibiotics. They were managing, looking for, searching, because antibiotics has its own issue.
Yeah.
You don't just give antibiotics. You must give antibiotics only when you are sure that there is an infection.
Okay.
Side effects of Bichema piclox,
yes,
or whatever.
Yeah.
Diarrhea, pseudomembranous colitis. It can damage the liver, kidney, and then, but because it's over the counter, especially in countries where these drugs are not regulated, you just go, give me red and yellow.
Yeah.
Give me that one, mix it, and all of that. So the issue with antibiotics is one of it is what, just like I mentioned. The second one will be what? Resistance. If you're taking antibiotics, usually we'll tell you take it for at least 3 days or 5 days. But just like you say for that guy who goes to have sex, you just take two capsules, boom, and then you go. Now the day the real infection will come, and you still take the Bichem, that's a brand, or the drug, the antibiotics, the infection will just look at you like, we know this, we know you. you again, we know you. Do you understand? So, antibiotics resistance, one. Antibiotics causing side effects. And then, sorry to say, in a nation where drugs are not regulated, you have fake. You understand? The fake of a drug.
Yes.
So, assuming you're taking the fake of a drug, and you're taking the fake of the drug and the fake of the drug, you just damage your whole system. So, my counsel to people who want to take antibiotics, if you suspect you have an infection, talk to your doctor. Let me hype some pharmacists. Talk to your pharmacists too. They have a way to also let you know, okay, run some tests, or based on suspicion.
Yes.
We could suspect that it looks like you have this infection.
Yes.
And they will give antibiotics.
Okay.
Right? So take it only on prescription.
Wonderful.
So, for everybody watching here, if you had one medical or health advice for them to follow, what would it be?
I will talk about lifestyle modification.
Yeah.
And that will be know what you eat.
Okay.
Avoid junk. Eat right. Don't overeat. 3 square meal is a poison. Morning, afternoon, evening is poison. Now, eat maybe twice a day. Cool. Avoid carbonated drinks, being addicted to all of that.
Yeah.
Then, eating, that's what I've talked about. The second one will be exercise.
Yeah.
You should exercise. You wake up. I see you jog, right? Yes. So, try. You walk. The least you can do is walk. Today, I had to take a walk about 10 minutes there and 10, I think about 20 minutes. Take a walk. And if you have the strength, do more. Now, the other health tip will go to those who have been diagnosed with chronic illnesses. Diabetes, hypertension, the major killer diseases. Take your drugs. Do these lifestyle modifications. And you would surprise, somehow, you may go off your medications. When you do all of them, you may just observe your blood pressure is going down. Nobody's fat here, so I will say it. Your weight is dropping.
Yeah.
The sugar level is coming down. Then you're just fine. And the doctor will say, hey, my God, I think you should reduce your dose. Maybe stop it. Let's watch it for 5-10 days.
Yeah.
So that's my health tip for everyone.
Okay. So please, what's one health check that people should do in their 20s, in their 30s, in their 40s, 50s, and so on?
All right. The way you have categorized the age, I would have answered it that way if this was 30, 40 years ago, when there's a disease for a particular age.
Yeah.
Somebody who is hypertensive will just think he's 50, 60, 70. But now we see people who are 20 years old and they are what? Hypertensive. So what I would say is know your numbers. Whatever age you are, know your numbers. What are your numbers? Your blood pressure. What's your normal blood pressure? What are your normal? Know your sugar level. Your sugar. So your PCV, your pack cell volume, your sugar test, your blood pressure. If you have do some full blood counts, know your kidney functions, have a baseline so that over time, if there's a change, the slightest change, you would know that something could be wrong and you can quickly remedy it.
Yeah. So yes, sir, you're a married man.
Yeah.
So how are you able to balance like your career, the family, and everything?
Thank you for that question. It's not easy.
Yeah.
But then over time you get to adjust. I'll give this to my wife. She's my number one fan. She supports me. Thank you. She supports me also. I'll give an example. Before I became a gynecologist, I was planning to, for family's sake, I said, let me do internal medicine. Like, I want to have time with my family. My wife says, that if we are doing something and you hear there's a woman in labor, you will stop the something and go and follow the woman in labor. You must do your O&G. And that's how, she pushed me. That's the word. She pushed me into it and I loved it. So I have a family that is supportive. Yeah. Now, I also believe that is also a reflection of how I take my family. I call myself family man. I love my family. So they're able to give me that support. And that's how I've been able to balance it. My counsel will be, don't be too busy for your family. And that's me. There's no how, I didn't plan to talk about my wife, but there's no how I will do this talk and not mention my wife. My son. You understand? So if you have that love, that understanding, your wife will give you a space. My wife is a lecturer. She's a don. The PhD, she's a lecturer. Wow. So she's doctor. So the same way I support her, she supports me. So when we have some issues where the husband, doctor, is everything, and then holds the wife down, don't go to work. No. I allow her, she does her thing, I do my thing, and we're fine. Just like I said, it's not easy, it's challenging, but it's been almost 13 years now.
Wow. That's it. So how did you know that she was the one for you?
I don't know if you want to hear my story. It's very long.
Sorry about that.
If you watch my status, November 9th is our anniversary. We'll be 13 this year, wow. 2026.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. I asked her for a pen. Can I use your pen? And that pen, I'll be using it today. You understand what I mean? I'll be using that pen. Pen is in my house. Pen's in my house. Now, I met her in the bank.
Okay.
She went to pick her master's form in Uniben.
Yeah.
So did I. So I was like, oh, can I? And I said, doctor, we don't hold. Okay, they have one pen here now. Mistake. So she gave me her pen and then I used it and then she was just cool. Smiling, happy, joyous. And then somehow she just, I don't know how, I'm not that kind of person that say you see one side. She was just perfect in all that she did to me. Yeah. And I'm like, this is it. And there was no issue. Meeting her parents was easy. I didn't go through the norm. I just went, your father, I want to see him.
Just like that.
I just went to see him. She came to see my parents. I wasn't there when she went to see my parents. She just called me one day and I heard my father's voice.
Yeah.
In my girlfriend's phone.
Yeah.
I'm like, hello. I was like, yes. I'm like, I'm in Bayelsa. You are in Abuja with my father. Like,
what's going on?
What happened? What other sign do I need? That I have a woman who is going to be homely, and then we've been good. So those were the signs around it. I didn't need to struggle. I met her 1 year. The next year, I took her in.
So if you could say which one was harder, to compare and contrast, which one do you think is harder? Your job or like being married? Like,
well, just like I try not to compare, they both complement for me.
Yeah.
But I think the job is harder. Because at home, just like that, my wife has a very big heart. If I make error, she can just cover me up. If you try error in the hospital, you land in panic. You understand? So I think it's softer and sweeter for me. Just like I said, I'm a family man. I love family. When I close from work, I I go home.
Yeah.
Some people close from work and like, 6 o'clock, I can't go home now. They don't, I go, when I close from work, I go home.
You always want to go
I
home.
want to go home.
Hmm.
So let me use the word family is like escape from work. I prefer,
Wow.
I think family is sweeter for me.
So what's one thing that young people or young men misunderstand about marriage?
Okay. In marriage, just like I said, we complement each other.
Yeah.
Young people are beginning to compete in marriage. For example, the woman feels who is wealthier, as in, they say, what do you bring to the table?
Yeah.
So she's feeling, I can also be in charge. Let me tell you something about my family, my clan, and what works for me. My wife works. I think I know her salary. Like, I think I know what her salary is. But if you ask me today, I see it really dropped. I just, between this amount and this amount, I've told her, I don't want to even know what you earn.
Yeah.
It's not my business. And that came because I trusted her so much with my finances. It will surprise you too. I don't know, it's not the best thing for people, but for me, it works. When I get salary, she draws the budget, and I pay myself, I pay everybody, and I'm at peace. Now, in families now, young people want to do my money, my shoe, my house, my deal. Then, madam, you take this money for upkeep. Your upkeep for a woman, her hair has finished your salary. Telling you, she will just tell you, okay, the hair is 800,000, and your salary is 600,000. That means you have to work for 2 months to buy one hair. But then, if you are open, that's the openness I'm talking about. If you are open to your wife, to your husband, you will know what you earn. So what I would tell the young people too is, first of all, know the woman well before you tell her what you earn. So if the trust is there and she's able to know what you earn, she will not ask for money beyond that. And then, if you are open to her, recently I changed house. I was looking for a house,
okay,
and the money wasn't enough. When we got the house, my mom said, "Don't worry, take it." I'm like, where's the money? Don't worry, I'll make it up. What? I won't tell you the amount. Like, I had to pay for it. And I said, where did you get the money from? So she's been saving too.
Yeah.
Because she trusts her husband's finances. So she saved. So when I needed it, she did it. So I think the young people of this time should build trust and then be open to one another.
So I feel like last question of this segment. Has your wife ever diagnosed you before you were able to diagnose yourself?
Diagnosis on health, for example.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Today, she made that diagnosis. She was the one who told me, after you drop our son off, he's in the catering school,
okay,
go home and rest. So she knew I was tired. She said, if you like, when you come back, take your bath and go to work. But you know what she's telling you now? I've seen that you are weak.
Yeah.
You're tired. You need to rest.
You need to rest.
Me, I'm a workaholic. I can walk around like I'm walking. Several times she has done it. And that's the part when she sees that I'm tired, she calls me to it and says, bro, I'm tired, rest.
Sometimes, yeah.
And I obey. I follow woman sometimes. Follow woman, no. Follow woman.
Yeah. So tell us about your experiences in medical school. Did you ever feel burned out in medical school?
Well, medical school was a long time. We were there like 6, 7 years. So the duration alone can burn you out. At the time, just like I said earlier, the environment was new. And it looked as though I would fail out. There's an emotional part to this. At the time, I thought I was going to run mad. This is funny. I hardly say this, but I mean, I'm saying it.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to run. I was not taking anything, but I just felt this pressure is too much. Let me just grace. Real one. To a point that I felt when I passed through, there's where we go, when I get something in Zaria, under the bridge. I'm like, yeah, this is where you will end as a madman under this bridge. Shit. The pressure was much. But thank God, I read a book, I prayed, and then I saw myself flying like an eagle. And that was a change. The pressure was there, but then we pulled through. So you're talking about burnout. It's there. If you still, bros, are you not having burnout now? I'm very sure it's there. So resilience is one of those things you hold to. Resilience, patience, all those virtues that makes you a normal human being. No overdo. You understand? So through school, and then meeting friends, some will encourage you, some will discourage you, and some want to fall in love with you, you understand? And then you try to fall in love with some, and then they'll break your heart. And then you break somebody's heart. You know what it means to be gathering hearts? Yeah. Why you're supposed to be rigid? Yeah. And you are gathering hearts. Okay, my heart is broken. Fail one test. Somebody's heart is broken. You want to see if you can package it. You miss one lecture. And all of those hearts, so it happened.
It happens.
It happened.
So what's one thing that you wish someone told you right after graduation?
Right after graduation?
Yes.
They said so many things. One thing I wish I heard was, bros, as you just finished secondary school, university. As you just finished university, start pursuing a career. I stayed 10 years. Enjoy myself. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Until, I wish I had somebody, maybe if I didn't look out so much for.
Yeah.
So I wish I had somebody holding me and say, bros, next year, write this exam. This year, do this one. I wish I had somebody like that. But they were there, maybe I didn't really hear. Do you understand? So I wish I had that push earlier. Maybe bringing me here now, you have actually flown me from, Canada, and I'm like, okay, I'll be on my way.
Yeah.
But I know I'm getting there.
Of course.
You are getting there too.
Yes, so we're all getting there. So let's do a very funny segment. We're going to ask you some couple of questions, and you're going to answer like in 5 seconds. Are you ready, sir? Just simple questions.
I hope so.
So that's
I hope I can also be deaf and dumb sometimes.
Well, you can take more than 5 seconds.
No, go ahead. I'm with you.
But you need to be very fast. Are you ready?
I am.
Okay. So coffee or sleep?
Sleep.
Injection or tablets?
Tablets.
Night shift or morning shift?
Night, always.
Rich but unhealthy, broke or but healthy?
Health, all the time.
Love or money?
Love.
Who complains more? Women or men?
Men.
Pineapple or pizza?
Pineapple.
WhatsApp or phone call?
WhatsApp.
Stethoscope or BP machine?
Stethoscope.
So let's go to our next segment. Prince, carry on.
So, what's the weirdest thing here a patient has ever asked you or said to you?
I hear so many things, so I can't remember. Why I can't answer this question is nothing takes me by surprise. So nothing. There's nothing I can't remember. I can't really pick one thing and say this is what patient has said. You know when the patient start calling you fine boy.
I've been there.
You understand? Fine boy. I'm like, okay, where do we start this thing from now? You understand? So
Yeah.
so many things I've heard, but usually I just quickly go around it and I'm good.
Yeah. I feel like earlier we're having a conversation about the internet as a doctor. People go to the internet now, and that is something I'm very guilty of. Because if I'm sick, once I have like 2 symptoms, I'll go to the internet. There was one time I had like a painful by the side of my leg. I went on the internet. The internet told me I had herpes.
Oh.
I was crashing out. So like, what do you like say to people about like using internet for like
to that
mental research and
Now, use technology wisely. Even with the improvement with AI, that we believe will take over humanness of medicine, use with knowledge. I've had to send people back to the internet. Hey, bros, read it up. It's not too long ago, someone was asking a question they said, read about PCOS, read it and get back to me. She now go, oh yes, I've seen some, just good, now go and do this test. That's how to use the internet. Now, what happens to you is what happens normally and easily. The moment you see headache and you go online, you will see cancer, you see all of that, and before you know it, doctor, I think the cancer I have will kill me in 2 years. Do you understand? So use it don't depend on it because those are information pulled out from several places. Now, you can read about your health, but then please talk to your doctor. Don't make diagnosis with the internet. All right, that's what I'm saying.
Because when I went to the hospital, I was like, I think I have. They were like, why is it because of? Then they were like, it's just the people. I was disappointed. I was happy. I was relieved, not disappointed.
What's one thing that patient secretly does that annoys you, that annoys doctors?
This is part of it. No, it's true. Making your own diagnosis and just waiting for the doctor to hit that diagnosis.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, I will just tell you, just like you said, it's just a headache.
Just headache, yeah.
And like, hey, doctor, don't you think? Then if you know it, don't come.
Then why are you here?
Number 2, which is still on diagnosis. And my wife knows me so well. So when she brings a patient to me, she says, don't tell him what you think you have.
Yeah.
If you come to meet me, doctor, I think I have malaria. This is my answer. Silence. You are right. So go ahead.
Go ahead.
I treat some malaria. Tell me you have headache, you have fever, you have this, and I will tell you, I think.
Yeah.
So those things they do secretly, and they come to meet us thinking we will validate what they say. I won't validate it. There's something that's funny, and this is for all patients. Be careful. Some patients take medications even while on admission without the knowledge of the doctor on their own. Of course, so like I want to say, I was taking it before. I just let me just continue taking it. You know, so some of those things, and then there are some things patients do. They do some not herbal now, some traditional practices. They would have cut,
Yeah, that's just result,
classification, pressed, and all of that. And then when they come out, patient related, what happens? Nothing, no. I'm seeing that you have almost killed your son. You're telling me nothing. So it's really annoying. I counsel patient whenever you come to the doctor.
Yeah.
Just assume you know nothing. Express yourself the way you are, and then you'll be helped. Right?
So what's like one funny excuse that the patient has given you for not taking his medication?
I deal with women, pregnant women. The smell.
No, but that is a valid reason.
And then
I like medicine.
you don't like medicine, so why?
Like there was a time.
Why did you fall sick?
My mom would give me drugs. I'll put it in my pocket. I'll go flush it. One day I forgot to flush it.
No, they tell you it smells. It's valid, just like you said.
Yeah.
But they will tell you when you balance the smell of the drug and what the drug is supposed to do for you. It's called take the bitter pill. You take it. You try. Or if there are alternatives, don't just stop. We'll find an alternative to that one that's smelling. But you know chloroquine. I don't know if you do chloroquine. You heard about it.
I've heard
You take chloroquine.
No, sir, like me, usually when I fall sick, they know that I don't take medicine. So they always like injection.
Okay, injection of tablet, injection.
I just injection. Yeah, no, definitely injection every day, man.
So I have a question. There's this thing about women, when you ask women that would you like to marry a man who studied gynecology or who is a gynecologist, they always give you this response of no, they cheat a lot, they do this, I always in contact with women. So what's like your
that is back to what I was telling you about that I thought the gynecologist was.
I
thought it was something that just look at
women.
Yeah. That's what I thought.
Exactly. So what advice you give such women to encourage them that no, that you are different?
No, I'm married, but I'm not different. Don't come for me. Now, the issue is this. Life is the way you see it.
Okay.
The same thing you're talking about gynecologists is a general thing about doctors, it's a general thing about pastors, it's a general thing about teachers. Any profession that deals with human being, you just feel you take advantage of that. But then for your question, as a gynecologist, yes, we see everything. But then somebody had asked me one and was like, Dr. Dan, now that you see everything, do you ever wake up like, if you see a woman, I said, no, there's the divide we have. Like that's separation. There's a patient. Well, I do this a lot. I just cut you off. You are a patient. We'll deal with you and do all of that. It doesn't matter the vibes you feel you are getting from me. You are the one that's calling it vibes. I was doing my work. You understand? So if you want to, as a lady, you want to marry a gynecologist, please feel free. We'll manage you well. I have friends that need wives, so please come.
So this next question is more like a low-key sound. Has the patient, like maybe like story of patient like made you cry or want to cry before?
Yeah, I hope I don't cry saying it now. Yes. I think during my house job, we lost a baby, maybe 4 5 year old, and I cried. Now the issue is that we keep saying, don't be attached to your patient. There is no how we are not attached to our patients. And then the work we do as a gynecologist or an obstetrician and a gynecologist, we do not want a patient to die.
Yeah.
We do all we can to prevent a woman from dying. If you go to some of my pages, you see I talk about women health. No woman should die, especially from a pregnancy-related issue.
Yeah.
So things happen to patients and we cry.
Yeah. So how are you able to do it? Did you like talk to someone or like, cause losing a patient is sad regardless. Like it's always going to be sad and always going to like affect your mental health. But how are you able to like okay, get past this and like okay, I have to get back. But you know you still have to like
Did it ever change you?
It only made me better. Like, what would we have done to have prevented this? I study more. But then at that time when it happens, it's devastating. Sometimes we pull out from work.
Yeah.
A little from active work. Just like I said, my support, my wife. So she gets to hear some of these things. Not everything, no. Ethics will break and she hears everything. But then you just know that, what happened? Say, man, the baby died. Like, oh, sorry. So she knows that they allow this guy to come. Then she will say something. We discuss as friends too.
Yeah.
Gynecologists, obstetricians, and then we're like, we discuss. But then what makes us go ahead? Okay, this one has happened. It has happened. What next? So wake up again the next day. But like you said this has led so many doctors to depression and suicide. Especially where you feel what you did caused the patient's death. You understand? So you begin to feel sad. Oh, I wish I clamped this artery. I wish I intervened earlier. I wish that, and at that point, if any doctor is going through that, the counselor like talk to someone, pull out, exercise, eat, mingle, and then come back. Thank you.
So now like okay, this last segment because we are coming to the end of our show. Okay. So your life prescription, like imagine everybody watching it is a patient, but the problem now their illness is not malaria, it's life. Like your prescriptions are how to live a better life in general.
Okay, I would say this to everyone. Be happy.
Yeah.
Do whatever you can do to be happy. Don't be fake. There's no fake life has not helped anyone. Like, want to prove. I try not to. Maybe that's why many people, maybe they like me.
Yeah.
If I don't have, I don't have. When I do have a lot, you know.
Yeah.
I don't. So be happy with yourself. Be happy with what you have. Be happy with what you do not have. Then secondly, do not worry, which is also be happy.
Yeah.
Worry has not changed anything. It cannot change anything. It doesn't make anyone better. If you lose a job, worrying will make it worse.
Yeah.
If you lose a friend, you are going to get married and she leaves you at the altar. Don't worry about it. Don't worry, be happy. There's a song like that, right?
Yeah.
If you worry, it makes you trouble double. Don't worry, be happy. And then love God. I believe in your heart, there's this God factor.
Yeah.
I may not be preaching so much here now, but there's that God factor that tells you, fear God. Whatever you do, fear God. So when you do things with the fear of God, with love, with happiness and not worrying, I mean, you have a very wonderful life. You live up to 137 years. You're happy.
So speaking about the whole God factor, yeah, has anything tragic happened to you in the hospital that made you question God?
Well, at a time, maybe earlier, these cancer issues, you just feel, could this thing, God, couldn't you have?
Yeah.
Not just cancer. Several times, not that we question God, but like, God, did you show me? I try not to question God, but like, did you show me something and I didn't see? Was that something I was supposed to have done? But sometimes I'm like, God, why? God, why? And several people have actually questioned the existence of God. But then I believe several times we're the ones not listening.
Yeah.
When, we pray before we do our surgeries.
Yes.
Why? Because we believe, yes, we are experts, but there's a hand above the hand that can help you. So, We don't question God. We just like, God, what should I have done better? And then we go back to study. We believe God. We pray, and then we bounce back. That's one part for life. Bounce back.
Hands back. You fall from the horse, always get back on the horse. So I've come to the end of our segments. Once again, we're honored to have our great Dr. Daniel. I don't know your full name. Please pronounce his full name again.
Adebulu Daniel.
Hey, Jehovah. Thank you for watching, guys. Thank you, sir, for coming.
Thank you, my pleasure.
Thank you, my hosts.
You're welcome.
Hi, bye.
Bye, guys. Yeah.